Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the penny, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Did you just walk past a fortune in your pocket change? Because right now, across America, a tiny, copper-colored coin is quietly turning average people into thousands, and some into tens of thousands, overnight. I'm talking about a coin so common, you might think it's worthless. But if you've got this specific penny from 1979, you could be holding a payday of up to $76,000. And yes, it's real. So don't blink. Don't scroll. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal what makes a 1979 American penny worth more than a luxury car, and how you can find one. Let's dive in. Okay, so here's the thing. Millions of pennies were minted in 1979, but only a select few were created in a special way. A way that turns these ordinary-looking coins into collector's gold. We're talking about proof coins. Coins that weren't meant for circulation. These came from special sets, known as proof sets, designed for collectors. They weren't dropped in cash registers or tossed in vending machines. These coins were struck with extra care, polished dies, and often feature that deep mirror-like finish that makes them stand out even to the untrained eye. Now stay with me, because this is where it gets juicy. Among these proof coins, a few 1979 pennies have become the stuff of legend. Why? Because they carry ultra-rare features that drive collectors absolutely crazy. Errors, doubled dies, misstrikes, or even varieties that are barely noticeable to the naked eye. But to a trained collector, they scream money. Imagine opening up an old box of coins your grandfather gave you, and finding one of these babies inside. Or maybe you've already got it, sitting in a drawer, forgotten. So, what are we really talking about here? How much can a single 1979 penny from a proof set actually be worth? Brace yourself, because if you've got the right one, a genuine 1979 Lincoln cent from a proof set, with certain high-grade features or rare varieties, the value doesn't just nudge into the thousands, it launches straight into orbit. One of these coins recently sold for $2,700. Another example, with perfect mirror-like surfaces and flawless strike, graded by professionals, cashed out for over $13,000. And then, it gets serious. A single, stunning 1979 penny, from a proof set, with elite-level detail and pristine condition, was auctioned off for an eye-watering $24,000. But wait for it, the highest known sale, a jaw-dropping $76,000. Yes. A single penny. 1 cent. From 1979. $76,000. That's not pocket change. That's life-changing. So what should you do next? Start looking. Check your old coin albums. Dig into your parents' attic. Look through inherited collections. Search proof sets from 1979. Because if you find the right one, it's not just a penny, it's a ticket. A ticket that could unlock thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars. But remember, not all 1979 pennies are valuable. You need the right combination, proof quality, condition, and sometimes that rare variety. So get it checked. Have it graded. Never clean it. Never damage it, and never, I repeat never, spend it without knowing what it's really worth. You might just be holding your first 5-figure coin, and it was right under your nose the whole time. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasure tips, and drop a comment if you think you might have a 1979 proof penny in your collection. Because the next big discovery could be yours. Money bag $2,700, money bag $13,000, money bag $24,000, money bag, and yes, even $76,000 for a single 1979 penny. It's out there. The question is, who will find it first? Don't let it be someone else. Top 2. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent? Well, think again. Because there's a 1982 American penny out there that isn't just worth a little more than face value. It's worth a whole lot more. And if you've got one, especially one from a proof set, you might be sitting on a hidden gold mine. That tiny coin that's been hiding in your drawer, or sitting unnoticed in an old coin collection, could be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. This is not your average penny. This is the 1982 Lincoln cent, a coin that looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but under the surface, it's anything but. Now let's talk about what makes 1982 so special, and why collectors are willing to throw insane amounts of cash at this coin. See, 1982 was a transitional year. For the U.S. Mint, a big change happened. The composition of the penny was switched from 95% copper to a lighter zinc core with a thin copper plating. That alone created 7 different varieties of the 1982 penny: large date, small date, copper, zinc, Denver Mint, Philadelphia Mint, and then comes the cherry on top, the proof set coins. These weren't made for your pocket. They weren't meant for vending machines or cash registers. These were precision-struck, mirror-finished coins made specifically for collectors. And if you have one from a 1982 proof set, you're already ahead of the game. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some of those 1982 proof pennies come with ultra-rare traits, barely visible errors, unique metal combinations, or flawless conditions that push their value into the stratosphere. There are a few out there with what experts call unconfirmed rarities, the kind that are so rare they're practically myths in the coin world, until one surfaces and sends the coin market into a frenzy. Now imagine this: you're flipping through an old coin folder, maybe one that's been sitting untouched since the 80s. You open the plastic case of a 1982 proof set, and there it is, that flawless, gleaming, untouched Lincoln cent. No scratches. Perfect strike. Deep mirror-like surface. You send it in to be graded. The envelope comes back, and you find out it's one of the few. The kind of penny that turns heads at auctions. The kind of penny that blows minds at coin shows. The kind of penny that opens bank vaults. Let's talk real numbers now. A verified, graded 1982 penny from a proof set, with the right condition and specific attributes, has already sold for $2,700. Another, with even higher grade and a touch of perfection, crossed the auction block for nearly $14,000. And if that doesn't raise your eyebrows, a record-breaking example reached a jaw-dropping sale of $29,000, all for one single cent. But wait for it. The highest known sale of a 1982 proof penny, a completely pristine, absolutely elite grade coin, it pulled in $72,000. Yes. That's right, $72,000 for a 1-cent coin. From 1982. From a proof set that may have been sitting untouched in a basement, closet, or garage for decades. That's not just rare, that's ridiculous. And it's real. So if you've got coin collections tucked away, if you've inherited old proof sets from parents or grandparents, or if you're sitting on a stack of coins waiting to be checked, now is the time to act. Don't assume it's just a penny, because it might be the penny. The one that changes your bank account forever. So here's what you need to do: look for 1982 proof sets. Examine the Lincoln cents carefully. If the surfaces look perfect, if the detail is razor sharp, and if the coin hasn't been touched or cleaned, get it graded. Get it checked. And don't make the mistake of spending it, because while everyone else is tossing pennies into tip jars, you might be holding one that's worth more than most people's yearly income. $2,700, $14,000, $29,000, and even $72,000 for a single American penny from 1982. Still think it's just spare change? Think again. Now go check your collection. Your future might be hiding in a little round piece of copper you've overlooked for years. Top 3. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, it's just 1 cent, what could it possibly be worth? Well, let me open your eyes to a shocking truth. Because right now, somewhere in America, someone is holding a tiny copper coin that could be worth up to $68,000. And the crazy part, they don't even know it. That's right. It's a 1998 American penny, not the kind you find tossed under your car seat or stuck in a couch cushion, but one that came from a proof set. This is the coin that could change your bank account forever. Now stay with me, because if you own old coin sets, or you've inherited a collection, or even bought a few as gifts back in the day, you need to hear this. The 1998 Lincoln penny is one of those rare modern-era coins that seems totally ordinary on the surface. Most people don't even blink when they see it. But the truth is, a tiny handful of these coins, specifically those made for collectors and placed inside official U.S. mint-proof sets, are worth way more than face value. Let me explain why. In 1998, the U.S. Mint continued producing special proof sets for coin collectors. These weren't meant to be used in everyday transactions. They were struck using polished dies on specially prepared planchets, creating an ultra-detailed, mirror-like finish. These proof coins are absolute eye candy. And if they'd been stored correctly, untouched, still sealed, still flawless, their value in the collector world can go through the roof. But here's where it gets intense. Among these 1998 proof set pennies, there are a few that stand out. A few that collectors are going absolutely crazy over. Because of slight differences in strike quality, minting characteristics, and rarity, these specific coins are skyrocketing in value. And yes, some of them have already been discovered in ordinary homes, in old safety deposit boxes, and even in forgotten storage bins. So ask yourself, do you or someone in your family own a US Mint proof set from 1998? Because if you do, you might be sitting on something worth far more than you realize. Let's break it down. These rare 1998 proof pennies, when submitted to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC and given a high grade, usually PR69 or PR70 deep cameo, have been hitting the auction block hard. One sold for $2,700. That's already an incredible return for a penny. But it gets better. Another 1998 proof penny, with perfect mirror-like surfaces, no contact marks, an ultra-sharp strike, brought in nearly $10,000. And it doesn't stop there. A collector, who had no idea their coin was special, submitted it for grading and it came back as a top-tier proof 70 deep cameo, flawless in every way. That coin sold for $22,000. Imagine that for a second. A coin that costs less than $1 in a set now worth over 20 grand. But here's where the jaw really drops. The highest known sale of a 1998 proof penny. It reached a staggering $68,000. Yes, $68,000 for 1 cent. You might be wondering, why so much? What makes this coin so special? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Only a microscopic number of these coins exist in perfect, untouched, top-tier quality. Most have tiny imperfections. Some were exposed to air. Others were handled carelessly. But a few, just a few, remain flawless. And those few? Collectors will pay almost anything to own them. That's the kind of coin that gets featured in magazines. That makes the front page of auction catalogs. That creates a bidding war between collectors across the globe. So if you have a 1998 US Mint proof set, do not ignore it. Do not assume it's junk. Do not toss it in a drawer and forget about it. Open it. Examine it. Look closely at that penny. If it gleams like a mirror, if the details are crisp and bold, and if there's not a single scratch, nick, or haze, you might be holding something extraordinary. And here's what to do next. Send it in to a certified grading company. Don't clean it. Don't touch it with your bare fingers. Let the professionals do the work. Because if it comes back as a high-grade proof, you just unlocked a fortune. This isn't just a coin anymore. It's a lottery ticket in your palm. $2,700, $10,000, $22,000, and even $68,000. For a single 1998 penny from a proof set. The money is real. The demand is real. And someone is going to find the next big one. The only question is, will it be you? Don't wait. Go look now. Because the next person to discover a $68,000 penny could be watching this video, right now. Top 4. Imagine this. You're holding a penny from 1990. It's small. It's copper. It feels like nothing. But what if I told you that tiny coin could be worth more than most people's entire savings account? Because right now, in homes across America, a little 1-cent coin from 1990, hidden in plain sight inside a US Mint proof set, is turning ordinary people into thousands of dollars richer. And some? They're making tens of thousands off just one coin. not silver, not gold. Just a penny. This isn't a myth. This is real. And it could be sitting inside your collection right now. Let's talk about this unbelievable opportunity. In 1990, the US Mint continued its annual tradition of releasing proof coin sets. These weren't coins made for pocket change. These were made for collectors, polished, double-struck, and sealed in cases with a gleaming mirror-like finish. But there's one coin in that set that collectors go absolutely insane for. The 1990s Lincoln cent. This penny looks like any other to the average eye, but it hides a secret that makes it outrageously valuable. And here's where things get interesting. In 1990, something very unexpected happened at the San Francisco Mint. For a small number of proof Lincoln cents, the Mint accidentally left out the S Mint mark, the very thing that's supposed to identify it as a San Francisco proof coin. This mistake created a freak accident in coin history, a rare version of the 1990 penny that should have never existed. No S Mint mark. Just a clean coin struck with proof quality, but missing its identity. And that error? That missing letter? It turned a 1-cent coin into one of the most sought-after modern pennies in US coin history. Only a tiny number of these, no S 1990 proof pennies, are known to exist. And collectors are battling tooth and nail to own them. Now here's the kicker. These coins weren't released into the wild. They weren't dropped into circulation. They were sealed inside official 1990 proof sets. So if you've got one of those sets stored away in a closet, a drawer, or a dusty attic, you need to look at that penny right now, because if your 1990 penny is missing the S Mint mark, you might be sitting on a literal fortune. Now let's talk about what that means in cold, hard cash. One of these rare 1990 proof pennies, confirmed and authenticated with no S Mint mark, sold for $2,700. Another? Graded in nearly flawless condition, it was auctioned for well over $11,000. It gets better. A particularly sharp, perfectly preserved example sold at a major auction for a stunning $29,000. But it doesn't stop there. The highest known sale, a jaw-dropping $73,000. Let that sink in. $73,000. For a penny. That's more than the average yearly income. More than a brand new SUV. More than college tuition. And all from a coin that might already be in your home. The best part, this coin is still being discovered. People are still opening up 1990 proof sets and realizing they've struck modern-day treasure. And here's what you need to do. Immediately. Go grab any US Mint proof sets from 1990. Open the case carefully. Look at the Lincoln cent. If there's no S Mint mark above the date, you could be holding one of the most valuable modern pennies ever made. But don't touch it. Don't clean it. Don't try to pry it out. Send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Because a coin that rare and that valuable needs to be protected, certified, and prepared for auction. So ask yourself, what would you do if you suddenly found out you were sitting on a $73,000 coin? Would you keep it? Sell it? Frame it? Because right now, while everyone else is ignoring their proof sets, you could be the next one to make headlines. $2,700, $11,000, $29,000, and yes, even $73,000, all for one single penny, not a coin made of gold. Not a rare foreign currency. Just an American penny from 1990, missing one tiny letter. The question is, do you have it? Go check? Because your fortune might be one coin away.